Good evening, everyone, and very warm welcome to Asian Town Cricket Stadium, Doha, Qatar, for the day number 6 of the QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022. Match number 11 of the competition, Nihal 11, taking on the team Star CC, both teams winning their first encounters respectively. It's going to be interesting how they play their cards today. One of them is going to emerge as a victorious side. And to understand the most important element in the game, the 22 yards, the pitch, let's take a closer look at the surface here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha. These are terrific conditions here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar. Match number 11 and 12, two matches are scheduled on this particular pitch, and this pitch has been used for 10 matches already, and it's been playing really well. This has been great experience for batters to come out here and put the runs away, put the bad deliveries away, and getting runs against their name as well. But looking at this surface today, enough amount of moisture has been added in this particular surface to keep it intact. If you look at this, especially at this particular area, the good length area or short of good length area, if they pitch the ball in that particular region and if they hit the deck, there is going to be some deviation and some bounce from this particular surface. So it's about identifying the right length and then looking to execute it consistently. If they can do it, there is every chance for bowlers to take wickets as well. Spinners have been struggling to get wickets because of the nature of the surface, not much of bite available on this particular surface, but fast bowlers will certainly enjoy the conditions. But it has been the trend, winning the toss and batting first, and I am not going to differ with that theory of winning the toss, batting first, putting the runs on the board, and then challenging the opponent team to get over the line. Should be a cracking surface to bat on, and it's going to be a real challenge for the spinners in particular to bowl on this particular wicket because of the nature of delivery that's been given to play with the quality of bowls have been absolutely fantastic. Fast bowlers have been getting a lot of bounce from this surface because of the hardness of the ball and also the nature of the surface. Two captains, match referee and Mikhail Vaswani, there to tell us whether they are batting first or bowling first.
We are slowly getting into the business end of the tournament. Important for teams to get those 2 points. Out here I have two captains who had a very fine start to the tournament. It's toss time here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Ooredoo presents QCA Ramadan T10 Cup powered by Elite Sports. For Star CC I have Joman George, the captain. For Nihal 11 it's going to be Tamim Sheikh, and to adjudicate the toss it's going to be Aminul Islam. Joman, you'll be flipping the coin. Tamim, you'll be calling. Heads is the call. Heads it is. Tamim, आपने टॉस जीता है. आप क्या करना चाहोगे और क्यों?
Right now we are thinking to put some score on the board, and we'll go ahead with batting first.
What's the safe score on this? Because we've seen the pitch change, runs being scored over 150, 140 as well.
We can't say what score, what is the target we will be giving, but yes, we need to go at least by 10 to 12 runs per over.
Any changes in your playing 11?
Yeah, Anil Thakur is in, and Ganesh will be the 13th man.
Good luck and all the very best. Joman, you had a fine start, a good win. What would you have done had you won the toss?
Yeah, we also, if I won the toss, I will also choose bowling because I have to checking all the things for hopefully we will win the match.
What's the number you'd want to keep them to?
Below 90. Below 90 is a good thing.
Any changes to your playing 11?
Same winning team is.
Good luck, Nihal. All the very best.
Thank you.
All right, so the news from the center is that Nihal 11 have won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you very much, Omnipresent Mikhail, informing us that the trend will continue of winning the toss and deciding to bat first on this excellent surface here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Under lights, day number 6 of the event. In the commentary box, I'm Devendra. With me, Chandra. Good evening, Chandra. It's a terrific evening.
Good evening, Devendra. Good evening, one and all. Yes, it's a wonderful, wonderful playing conditions here. We have seen some fantastic cricket being played from last 5 days. Today, it would be no less. Wonderful weather there and people joining in the crowd here. We would see this match going on live in few minutes. Here we have the Nihal 11, led by Tamim Sheikh. Then we have M. Sheikh, then Kasim, Sanjay, Mohammad Firoz in the middle, Anil Kumar, Takuri, Ali Ash, Mohammad Russell, Raju Gudepa, and Ahmad. What a composed side this is. They won their first encounter. It was a wonderful game. Although they were the first team to chase. With the star CC, we have on top Jomon, the captain. Gopakumar, he has been spectacular with his batting skills. Munaiz, Ahmed Safri, Feroz, Faizu in the middle order. Aju, Kasim Chori, Fahum, Abdul, Lihind, and Khalid. This is the side for Star CC. They're also a very, very composed size.
So we are in for a cracking contest out here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Two teams winning in different style. Nihal 11 chasing down for the first time, and that's how they've been able to collect points as well. Both teams victorious in their first encounters. So that's the Phantom Doha with 2 points, and Sprite Cricket Stars with 2 points. And Desert Warriors playing 2 matches and winning both the matches to collect 4 points, and also with a positive net run rate of 2.55. And Silex 11 just playing 1 match, winning that with a positive run rate of 2.6. And Masters Cricket Club in the minus with their net run rate at minus 1.8. Star CC winning their encounter. Nihal 11 won in their previous match chasing, and so two sides trying to get at the number 1 position in Group C. It's a Group C encounter here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Will it be Star CC at the top of the Group C, or will it be Nihal 11 CC? Stars winning handsomely, and the net run rate is also in the positive, +4. Nihal winning while chasing, but a victory will take them on the top of the Group C. It's a fascinating encounter awaiting. A couple of superstars from both sides will be itching to go at each other and to set the tone of this particular game. Nihal 11 winning the toss and batting first for a change in this match. Out come the umpires.
The 2 umpires making their way to the middle. They should be expecting both the teams any time from now, wherein we'll have this cracking encounter. Both teams have won their first games, opening games, and they have collected 2 points each. We should be seeing some display of batting today. Although Nihal chased down the other day, today they will be batting first. A change in plans by Tamim, the captain of Nihal 11. Jomon said he has no issues batting first or bowling first.
They composed nature. They played the game with the first match, so it's going to augur well for the team. You start the tournament with the composure and belief that you can do the job, whether you're bowling first or batting first. That tells us something about the faith in the team and ability of the squad taking part in today's game, the personnel that they possess in their unit. So it will be fascinating. First 3 overs in particular, the mandatory power play overs, and will there be early wickets? Because the batters are nervous to begin with. When you start your innings, you're nervous. You're basically consciously working out the method to get runs. That's where setting the tone is important. If they get a couple of deliveries from the middle of the bat, they will feel comfortable about the prospect of thriving in today's game. And if they miss time short or 2 or they lose the early wicket, it will be a completely different game altogether, moving ahead in the contest. Out come the opening pair.
Absolutely. In fact, Devinder, I wanted to mention that both teams have won their first matches, and the batsmen, bowlers, fielders, everybody should be confident going into the middle. We'll have to wait and watch to see the field setup, because the first 3 overs will be the mandatory power play, and we'll have to also see if Jomon, the captain of Star CC, introduces some spin early on, because that has also worked for teams here, bowling one spin over in that power play and taking some crucial wickets or putting some breaks on the runs.
So they got slip in position, and man at the third man is inside the circle. Fine leg is also inside the circle. Man at the square leg region on the onside inside the circle as well, and they got mid wicket on the boundary. Man at the sweeper on the boundary. That's the field. Two fielders at sweeper and mid wicket on the boundary. Potential chance there on the follow through.
That was a first up chance actually. Straight back to the bowler. He was surprised by that shot. It was a slap shot back to the bowler. Didn't manage to hold that ball. In the interim, batsman taking a single.
The length was immaculate, drawing the batsman forward, not to the pitch of the ball, while executing that shot. 3 wickets in the first match. No wonder he's been given the opportunity to open the bowling for the unit. Had to adjust the shot. The ball goes to the short third man region. There will be a single. They need to be a little bit tighter in the field.
Just took off his bat at the last moment. The way he controlled that shot. This definitely shows how responsible the batsman is, especially in those power play overs.
Subtle change in the field as well. Man from the sweeper region, from a deep extra cover region, is coming inside the circle, and mid-on is going on the boundary. So mid-on and mid-wicket, two fielders on the boundary on the onside. Appeal for LBW. The batter was long way down the pitch.
Jamon there, the bowler. He wanted to convince the umpire, but he had his own plans. No decisions on that occasion. Wanted to pull that shot. We have a square leg in position as well, and no protection in the deep there.
Stroked away, straight to the man. Chance at non-striker end. Direct hit and good running between the wicket as well. It was hit powerfully. Little bit of fumble from the fielder.
They're dealing in singles right now. Not taking any chances at all. Nihal 11.
Searching for early breakthrough with his medium military pace, and again pushing it through the offside, taking a single. There's a conscious approach to rotate the strike early on, getting into the game.
Very, very cheeky single there. Yes, they are very, very conscious as well. As I said, not taking any risks, not taking any chances. Just dealing in singles right now. There was one glory shot that the batsman wanted to hit in the previous delivery, but completely missed the line of the ball when there was a big appeal.
Choban with his military medium pace. And this time trying to work through the onside. Is given out. Is given out. Playing across the line, was found in front. That's a beautiful piece of bowling. Good discipline, hitting the right areas consistently, and eventually batters trying to work through the onside. The delivery that came back into the right hander was found in front.
Rightly so there. The early breakthrough. The batsman, he wanted to deceive the umpire as well, but no way in control of that shot. Ball hitting the pads in front of the stumps. Raju goes for 2. The first wicket goes down.
Majestic first over from Joman. Little bit of shape on the ball. The outswingers and in-swingers getting the wicket with the in-swinger left arm swinging back into the right-hander. Intelligent use of length as well, and great control. Does not have the express pace to trouble the batters, but he's using whatever the strengths that he possesses. He's bowling within his limitation, and he's making sure that he's executing his game plan to perfection without thinking too much about the reputation of the batters. Excellent first over to set the tone in the match number 11 of the competition. Nihal 11 versus Star CC.
Just those 4 runs coming in that first over, and a very, very important wicket. Abdul Hutta will start the proceedings from industrial area end. In his 2 matches, he has taken 1 wicket so far.
Rides the bounce and gets it over the top of the slip region and down to the boundary. And brilliant work from the point position, moving across and stopping a certain boundary.
That ball bounced up on the batsman. Couldn't control the shot, and that slash, and wonderful job there at the boundary line. Batsman taking 2 runs.
Not a poor shot on the surface where they're getting a little bit of extra bounce. Again trying to repeat the shot, not quite getting the connection. First bounce is signaled by the umpire.
That extra bounce is doing the trick for the bowler this time. He will be happy because that's a dot ball. That's 1 for the over.
Learning from watching as well. Saw the bowlers getting purchase of the surface by hitting the deck around back of length and getting the ball to bounce. That's where most of the batters struggled to get their act together, get runs in the areas where they tried to hit the ball indiscriminately and were found out, slicing and giving easy catching opportunities to the opposition. So that's been the story. He is complimenting well Abdul Hatta.
That previous ball coming into the batsman. He was just managed to put it to the infield for a single.
Excellent delivery. Attacking the stumps. That's been the focus. He's not giving anything away to the batter. Earlier, hitting the back of length region and taking the ball to bounce and taking the ball away from the batter and then attacking the stumps with a straight ball.
Absolutely no room whatsoever there for the batsman. 4 fielders merging on that ball to save that single, but a single was taken. Batsman might be looking for some early boundaries here.
This time he gets it over the top of the slip and down to the boundary for 4. No chance for that fielder coming across from the point position.
That was slashed hard over the slips area. And batsman taking his chances because this is the second over of the power play. This time no chance whatsoever for the fielder there. Boundary there.
It's a good strategy, playing the uppercut, getting underneath the ball and just looking to get it over the top of the slip region. A safe shot as well if you make a decent connection. Again, this time around quick and onto the pets, missing out to a straight ball.
I would say he's not even coming down the track. He's just moving, shuffling here and there to execute that shot. 2 overs gone, 12 for 1.
Excellent start in the bowling department. Batsman with circumspect after losing the wicket of Raju early, out for 2 or 4. Kashim Shah Sheikh is batting on 9 of 7, and Mohammad Sab M Sheikh is batting on not of a single delivery. Early jolt received by the team Nihal 11 after winning the toss and deciding to bat first. Joman bowled beautiful first over to set the tone with his outswing and inswing, and excellent control over his line and length. Will continue to operate from the QCA end with slip in position.
The ball was sent outside the off stump. Very, very intelligently bowled there. No chance for batsman to show his bat to the ball on that occasion. The dot ball to start this over.
Good shot. He gets it over the top of mid-off and bouncing away to the long off boundary for 4. Trust, belief in his stroke making.
Couple of bounces, and what a wonderful shot that is. Just clearing that forward leg, making sure to use off the last power play because of the field restrictions. A boundary in the second ball.
Will that mean any change in the field? They got two men patrolling on the boundary at the mid-wicket in long on position. Now the fielder from the mid-off position is also going on the boundary, and the man at the mid-wicket position has been inserted inside the 30-yard circle. That's the merely change, but mid-wicket is very, very straight. There's a yawning gap available between square leg and mid-wicket.
A slap shot there, completely missing the line of the ball. It remained low and just went to the keeper under the bat.
A premeditated shot as well, because there's a man at the third man up in the circle, point in the third man, and there's a yawning gap available in front of that man as well. A different stroke. Again, the similar kind of shot attempted, again getting it out ball in.
It was an inside edge, and lucky batsman there. It didn't hit the stumps. Mohammad Saab opening his account with that boundary in the previous ball. 16 for 1. Run rate is exactly 6 runs per over at this stage. This is the last over of the power play.
They play a lot of tennis ball cricket there. They have this tendency of hitting the ball through the onside. This time he strokes the ball away on the offside and will collect a single. It's such a challenge, breaking the bad habits that creep in when you play these kind of shots through the onside. There's a tendency to hit everything through the onside. Delaying a shot and finding the man at the point position. They will take another single. Another excellent over from Joman. Wicket from the first over, and again complementing with excellent display of bowling, just conceding 6 runs from the second over as he completes the full cut of 2 overs for himself. Taking 3 wickets in the previous match, 1 for 10 in 2 overs. Another excellent display of military medium pace bowling from Joman.
Coming back to your point, Devinder, as you said, hitting on the onside has been a habit, and in that process the bowlers are missing some valuable balls on the offside, wherein those balls could be converted into wonderful cover drives or cut shots for 4. And yes, this has been a trend here.
Excellent bowling in the first 3 overs, the mandatory power play overs. Ahmed has been introduced.
This is the 11th match of this tournament. Ramadan T10 cricket tournament powered by Ooredoo and Elite Sports. 18 for 1 after 3. Nihal 11 winning the toss, deciding to bat first. Star CC have done a wonderful job with the ball in the power play.
4 men on the boundary on the offside. Gets away with this. So man at the third man, man at the point position, man at the extra cover on the boundary, and man at the long off position. Just 1 man on the onside at the long on position. So there is a clear game plan to bowl wide off stump. And they got slip in position as well.
That ball has been missed again. Wonderful bowling display there. 2 dot balls. Batsman should be already in pressure. They're not scoring runs. They're not scoring boundaries there. They're not even rotating the strike. That ball just went to the keeper, almost kissing the off stump.
Great discipline. Excellent start to the over from Ahmed. This time he goes over the top. There is a man patrolling in there, but he was successful in getting the ball where the fielders weren't available there on the boundary. He's living dangerously, trying to break the shackles by going with an attacking lofted stroke play.
That was in air for some time, but no danger. The fielder stopping the boundary.
Beaten again, not doing anything extraordinary, just hitting the back of length region and getting the ball to bounce. Basically, he's bowling into the pitch. It's a hard ball. and it bounces more than normal balls that they use here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar. Again, series of outswingers.
How beautiful that over has been so far, Devinder. This strip, this pitch is turning out to be bowler's paradise here. He's not doing much here. No experiments, just simple bowling. And that bounce is helping him.
Plays the shot through the offside region. Chance for the fielder. Couldn't latch onto it. And it's gone the distance. It's gone for a 6. There was a fielder on the boundary at the point position. He was bowling to the field. A little bit of extra bounce off the back foot. He slashed that one. Just going over that fielder at the point on the boundary ropes for a 6.
This time he controlled his shot. And the ball was just slightly outside the off stump. But same length, and that slash resulted in a big 6. 26 for 1 after 4.
The search continues to alter the momentum, conceding 6 of the last ball of the over. Ahmed there. The score is 26 for 1 after 4 overs. Azharuddin has been introduced from the QCA end. Another fieldsman on the offside. This time around, just 2 on the offside. One at the long off position, man at the third man on the boundary. And now they're sending another fieldsman on the offside. So looking to make 3 fieldsmen position on the onside third man, man at the sweeper and man at the long off position. Shot. Powerful strike. And clears the boundary with consummate ease for a 6.
Azharuddin bowling that over-pitched ball, and batsman making no mistake whatsoever. Came in control of that shot. The ball was asking to be hit, and exactly the batsman has done so. 6 to start this over.
Trying to repeat the feat. Not quite getting the timing right. Looking to heave it through the onside, but there is 6 of the last ball of the 4th over, then 6 to start the 5th over as well. Something has started to work for the Nihal 11s, who won their first encounter chasing, altering the trend in the competition.
That's been slashed and driven. 1 single to add to the total. Coming back to the pitch, Devinder, it was working very well for the bowlers in the first 3 overs, rather first 4 overs. And this over, I think that over-pitched ball, the first one went for a 6. After that, it's been 2 singles again.
There is everything for everyone. For fast bowlers, if they get their areas right and bowl the way it should be bowled, hitting the deck, they will get some purchase from the surface as well. This time, hoiks the ball away on the onside. Protection there, they will take a single. And there is some movement available as well under lights here. So they're pitching it in the right areas. They will get some purchase from the surface and from overhead conditions as well. But if they miss the line or length, minimum miss will result in massive disadvantage. Overthrow, and they will be back for the second.
That was sharply fielded there by the extra cover fielder, and the throw was sent to the non-strikers end, just missing the stumps. Direct hit would have been a question asked to the umpire, and in the process an overthrow resulting in 1 more run. Good over so far.
There is a fielder on the boundary at the third man. Have to settle for a single. Looking to break free the Nihal 11 with the scorecard reading 38 for 1 after 5 overs here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in match number 11. 1 more match to follow today evening, starting at 8:30 after this. And these marvelous conditions here. Cool breeze blowing across the ground. Open the stadium. Lights are on as well, and green grassy field, and excellent surface to bat on, or if you're a good quality fast bowlers and hit right areas, you will get some purchase from the surface as well. 34 of 24 the partnership so far in this contest. There will be change in voices in the commentary box. It's going to be marvelous Vikhil Vaswani, and giving him company will be Raja.
Thank you, Devender. Good evening to all our viewers at the halfway stage. Nihal 11 would have wanted more. 38 for 1, and the hard work has to continue if they have to get to somewhere close to 100 at the toss. Captain of Star CC had mentioned something under 90 is what they're aiming at, and at the moment they're looking good. Just the right time to welcome Raza Anjum as well. Good evening, Raza.
Good evening, Mikhail, and good evening everyone watching this live from their television screens. Yes, Mikhail, I was just looking at the way some of these batsmen were trying to execute their strokes, and it reminds me of how these players grow up playing a lot of tennis ball cricket, and they usually play with a very tight bottom hand. On that occasion, it was wide outside the off stump, couldn't quite reach it, asking for a wide. But just going back to that point, I think it's like developing a bad muscle memory.
Oh yes, and particularly when you're playing the T10 format, you get into that groove as well. But at the moment, hint of movement for Lithin. Taken on the full, played it towards the extra cover region. Work to do for long off. Oh, they're running for the arm as well. This could be close if it's collected. Oh, would that be a call? And it's been given. Very good throw from the deep and nicely finished as well by Lithin. Wicket number 2 falls here for Nihal 11. They seem to be in a problem right now. The runs are not coming and the wickets are falling in a heap.
If ever there was an example of two batsmen desperately trying to run themselves out, look no further than what two of these batsmen have been trying to do. They had a couple of chances early on, didn't really learn from their mistakes. Poor coordination and lazy running, really. As you could see, Lithin, I beg your pardon, Shaker on that occasion, just carelessly going through for that run. Not grounding and dragging his bat, which is the right kind of technique, really. And giving away his wicket in vain. Good. Mohammad Saab is going to be on strike. And this time, well, the umpire signaled that as a wide, and the batsman scampered through for a single. Cheeky running, it was a risky single there. A bit of a harsh call, I think. The batsman made no attempt to play that delivery, although it was going down leg side. But some of the umpires might choose not to give that a wide because of the fact that it was a playable delivery.
Living dangerously at the moment, Nihal 11. Desperation seems to have creeped into their ranks at the moment. They need a partnership, they need a quick one. Winning the toss, batting first. Overs are running by, and the ball has not left the bat pleasantly this evening, for them at least.
I think they also look a bit lazy today. It might have something to do with the weather conditions as well. It's really humid, unlike the last couple of evenings when the weather was really pleasant. Comes Lithin, and that could be close. We'll have to wait for the umpire signal. The dreaded finger has been raised.
Wrapped on the pads, and the finger goes up. What an over this is turning out to be for Star CC. Ah, that was right in front, playing the wrong line, and more often than not, it belongs to the umpire once it wraps you on the pads when the ball is bowled dead straight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he left the umpire with no option but to give him out on that occasion, shuffling across to the off stump, covering the stumps, and once you do that and you miss a straight delivery, it's nothing but curtains. As Mohammed Russell goes out for out to the hut for a golden duck.
And all of a sudden, Nihal 11 find themselves in deep trouble. They've lost 2 wickets in this over, one through a run out, and now an LBW as well. Yes, they are looking for the big hits, but in the process they are throwing it away as well in the middle. Sanjay, the new man in, he's in because his teammates are walking back to the dugout. Shorter this time, in no position to pull it whatsoever.
Yeah, I can't help but think the weather's really taking its toll on these players. We're just moving into the hot, unpleasant summer in Qatar, coming from a relatively pleasant winter. So if you're not somebody who plays cricket on a regular basis, you would struggle with your fitness, and I think that's really evident in this match. A few shots played in laziness, sluggish attitude, and this time again mistiming that stroke, goes to fine leg, and could be another run out. Well, he had given it up, the batsman. He wouldn't have been even in the picture had that ball hit the stump.
And it was the non-striker's call because it was played behind the wicket, and I just wonder what was the calling over there. Nowhere in the frame, was miles outside that crease. But this is a very good toss to lose for Star CC because they have come out really strong in the field. Once again taken on the full plate towards the backward square leg region. They're looking for the second. It will be disaster if they do that. This could be close again, and he's been run out. The running has been poor. The calling has been abysmal, and this is no application at all in the middle. Run-outs happening one after the other, and once again this time straight into the hands of the fielder, and they go for the second run.
Yeah, absolutely abominable. He was trying hard to get out. We could tell he was tiring out, cramping up, didn't really have the fitness to keep going, and finally just gifting his wicket away. It doesn't look good when you do that. You've got to try hard and put a price on your wicket. Unless, of course, he was doing that in order for a better batsman to come out there in the middle, somebody who could hit the long ball. We saw Ravi Ashwin, by the way, doing that in one of the IPL games a couple of days ago, just leaving the ground, getting himself retired, just because there was a better hitter in the wings.
Slip in place, right in front, another wicket falls, playing across the line this time. These are the wickets that have been fallen over a period of time, beg your pardon. I thought it was in real-time motion. Wicket number 1, wicket number 2, run out. We did see 2 run-outs taking place. This one was played towards square leg as the batsman. This was an LBW, of course, trapped in front. And the 4th one was another run-out as well when it was played toward the square leg region. 4 wickets falling in quick succession. This time we are back live. Just not looked the part this evening, Nihal 11.
Yeah, in that last delivery I felt Mohammad Firaj would feel like he'd missed out. It was in his zone, short, and aimed at his arms. An ideal delivery if you're a good onside player and like to pull and flick. It seems to be the case with most of these batsmen as we look at the bowling card. It's been really disciplined so far by Star CC. Azruddin, the only bowler going above the economy rate of 12. Everybody else staying under 7. And the fall of wickets has been consistent since the time Nihal 11 reached 40, 42, 49. After that big partnership up the order. They're in a bit of spot of bother, that's for sure.
Yes, in deep trouble. 50 for 4, finally reaching the 50 in the 6th over. We've seen runs being scored in heaps in the last few days. That's how the surface has been. Pulls it this time once again in no position, just hurrying on him. And almost another yes and no. The calling has been poor this evening. They haven't been able to strike the ball. They've not launched into it. Just one of those days where they've got it from the wrong side of the bed, Raza.
Absolutely. Talk about hitting the hay, they need to hit the ball. And this time again, I think the last two deliveries were there to be hit. Short, enough time for batsmen to sight those, those balls. As long as they're pitched on length, you do get enough time to swing. But the execution has been just a bit lazy. The bat speed is a bit questionable.
Shuffling in the crease this time. Almost dragged that onto the stumps as well, exposing all his 3 stumps. They're lacking a plan at the moment. And that's why it's so important in the T10 format. When you win the toss and bat first, you're off to a good start so that you don't apply the pressure in your middle order. And at the moment, that story is pretty visible over here. Plays it down to long on. So runs coming in singles, and Star CC will say, we are fine with it.
Yeah, going by the trends in this tournament, you would want to win the toss and bat first. That's been the template. That's been the default decision. And most captains would make that decision. But what comes to question here today is probably the captain's attention to detail. And the reason why I would say that is because the conditions today, the weather conditions, that is, are not similar to the ones we've had throughout this tournament. So a better captain, not saying that Nihal 11's captain is bad, but on this occasion once again, the finger's been raised, another wicket goes down. They're falling like a pack of cards here. Just coming back to my point, we'll come back to it after this replay.
The shot selection this evening has been very poor. Once again, just throwing the kitchen sink at this one. A wild swing, getting an under edge. A very nice catch taken by the wicketkeeper. Sanjay has to depart, and the scorecard tells a very sorry picture at the moment. Half the side in the dugout, 51 for 5. Nihal 11's mood is very much like the walk of Sanjay towards the dugout.
Yeah, I think as a captain, you have to be able to read the nitty-gritties of the game, factor in the conditions, the weather, the mood of the players. They've just come after iftari, so they've just had lots of sugar, which obviously means your body has slowed down. And it's inevitably, the consequences of that are inevitably showing in their batting. They're just far too sluggish, far too lazy. It's not that they haven't got the balls to hit. The execution has been questionable. They've been trying to run themselves out. Absolutely suicidal. Well, this time he's got some connection. Has he got enough of it? Yes. Just quite. It's gone for a 6.
Some late impetus this time around from the batters of Nihal 11, and they need more of this. This time, just giving his arms a wild swing, and that went over the cover point region. Not an easy shot to play, may I add, but a very good conversion in the end. Very good shot by Firoj. Where has he been hiding all this while? Shuffling in the crease, once again looks to go big. Ambitious this time as they quickly steal a single towards point.
I think, Mikhail, those carbs are beginning to kick in now, judging by the way he's moving in the crease. Looking sharp.
Bring out the power. Carbs or proteins. I want to see the power hits.
Absolutely, that's what T10 game is all about.
There is exhibition of class as well. We've seen it time and again. But it's the impact the carnage brings in the middle. And that's why you need to bat long and deep with power hitters. Good carry there from the back of the length spot. I'm telling you, the surface has everybody interested in it.
Curator has prepared an excellent pitch. He's played well throughout the tournament. And there's something in it for everyone, as Devinder had earlier pointed out tonight. And those two balls are a perfect example of what he was illustrating earlier.
"14 deliveries left in this innings. Nihal 11 have just not been able to go onto the highway. They've been in the service lane for the longest time. Boundaries have been far and few. Star CC have a very orthodox spread out field at the moment. Shorter this time, pulled towards the long gone region.
I think they've been forced to remain in the service lane as well by some excellent bowling by Stars 11, and they've got to somehow push their way in. Be proactive, do something different. And this time he goes back and he's skied it. This should be an easy catch. Yes, it's been taken, gleefully accepted. Another one falls down. They're falling like a pack of cards.
Absolutely, falling like 9 pins at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Once again, a nothing shot, giving it a wild swing, not in position at all. It was skied high and a very nice catch taken and judged as well. Nihal CC are having a wonderful time in the field this evening. Beg your pardon, Star CC, Nihal 11 have just thrown it away, 59 for 6. Firoj, he may have hit that mighty 6, but he has to walk back. It's more of panic in the dugout at the moment. The approach is completely indifferent. We are at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium and we are coming to you live with Ooredoo presents the Ramadan T10 Cup. And look at that batting card. But for number 2 and 3, the rest have been telephone numbers 2019. Only Qasim showed some resistance and metal in the middle, scoring 24 of 20. And Sheikh as well, 13. And unfortunately, both of them were run out.
Yeah, telephone number, Mikhail, that their coach would need to call. And call quite urgently. Because if they go on to lose this game, they'll be staring disqualification right in the face.
And how well has Lithin bowled? A wicket for him. 7 runs off his first over. Star CC are looking very strong at the moment. Look good to chase down this very meager target that Nihal would be setting. On the full once again. Hint of movement coming into the left-handed batter.
Yeah, right up in the block hole, and a bit of reverse swing as well. Late movement. And Intikhab has just come out in the middle, and it's not the easiest of deliveries to face, of course. Fortunately, he doesn't have much time. This time, it was a streaky shot once again. Inside edge, he's a bit lucky to get away with it. Almost went on to hit the stump.
Just got the impression he put that extra yard of pace on this delivery. Just surprised him. He was not ready for that kind of pace and was in no position to get behind it. But that's how well Star CC have bowled this evening. They've applied themselves. They brought a lot of imagination and mind into their bowling. Once again, Fuller this time underneath the bat, not quite getting to the pitch of the ball. In the 9th over, when you begin with 3 dot balls, you're practically telling your captain, I am your death bowler.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think on the other hand, Nihal 11 batsmen probably could try a bit of cheekiness and try some touch play rather than trying to muscle everything. Well, once again, trying to hit that ball too hard, nowhere near it. Wow! Can't believe it's been signalled a wide. I think merely missed bad by a whisker, and probably that off stump, not by a big margin.
In a format that's already tilted towards the favor of the batter, the bowlers need to find some more leniency, I sometimes feel, particularly in the T10 format. Fuller this time, wrapped on the pads, no says the umpire, the steal a single. In all of it, only 2 runs have come in 4 deliveries in the 9th over, and Lithin may be asking questions as well at the moment, but it's the Nihal 11 batsmen who will have to give a good answer in the dugout as to what they have done in the last 7 to 8 overs.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really questionable the way they have played. Got to be doing better than this. Got to come up with a better approach. The attitude is questionable. Talent's there. There's a lot of potential in this lineup.
Gives the charge this time. He's skied it once again. 2 fielders converging, and it's been put down. In the process, they run for the second as well. All happening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. A catch being dropped, 2 runs converted. And Nihal 11's story is well documented in the middle. You spoke about the attitude with 2 to 3 run-outs in this game. Quite clearly, they have just thrown it away. And their approach has been very ordinary. That's a good point you've made, Raza.
Yeah. I think we'll come back to that after this ball. This time it will go straight to the square leg. They will steal a single there. As much as it's important to have the physical ability and skills, it's also important to know what you're going to eat, how you're going to prepare for the game. In Ramadan, of course, these games are played right after iftar, so you've got to make sure you don't eat lots of carbs and, go out there with heavy bodies. That's not going to help your cause. As we look at the bowling lineup once again, it's been really tidy, but it's been definitely helped by the fact that Nihal 11 were not able to do their homework well today, and they were physically drained, and that's clearly showing on them today.
The final 6 deliveries to be bowled by Azharuddin. Went for 12 of his first over. Long on, long off, deep mid-wicket in place. Third man. Pushed back, fine leg up in the circle. Sweeper cover. You have a backward point and cover point as well in place. Throws the kitchen sink at this one. Had he found the fielder? Oh, it's been put down. So many catches have gone down this evening. We saw it happening last evening as well. Wonder what's it with the catching in this particular tournament.
I think that's one thing which is like a writing on the wall as far as an area for improvement is concerned once this tournament is over. A lot of these players will go back and assess their game, reflect on what's gone well. There have been some wonderful cricket in terms of the striking, but run-outs and drop catches are 2 areas that they will definitely need to work on.
How well have Star CC bowled this evening? The dot ball percentage is something that's really getting my attention at the moment. There have been so many hits and misses, swings and misses, and that's why I feel Star CC have got few things right. Their discipline has been impeccable. Oh, takes an outside edge. That should go towards the third man region. There's protection. He'll keep it to 1. For a moment, I thought it was edged and taken.
It did seem like that. A bit of fortune, though. A bit of rubber green going Ali Ash's way on that occasion. But you're right, it's been an absolutely fantastic bowling performance and fielding performance as well, apart from those drop catches. They've otherwise been right on the money. And comes Azharuddin once again, using his feet, and I think he's got a good hold of it. and as a result was able to clear that boundary at deep square leg. A welcome 6, a welcome boundary. They needed that for sure.
Aliash this time giving the charge and a wild swing to that over square leg. They need more of this. They need the home runs. They need the sixes. It'll be nice if they finish with a flurry of big hits. It'll just add to their confidence in the dugout when they come out to field. They need to give their bowlers some cushion to defend. And at the moment, Star CC will say that this target is pretty chaseable.
Gone again, and this time has gone through extra cover. There is a fieldsman out there. It's coming back for the second. Yes, no. And it could have been close again. Too little, too late, perhaps, at this stage.
That was third run out in the offing had they gone for the second. Conventional wisdom taking precedence over here, and thankfully they decided not to go for that second run. All right then, the final delivery in place. Azharuddin has conceded 9 already. 73 is what Nihal have got. Can they set a target of 80?
And a plainer miss once again, reminiscent of the way this game's been played. A dot ball, they will settle for a single, and Nihal 11 end up on a target which I feel is certainly not going to be enough. 73 for 6 in their allotted 10 overs. And it should really be a walk in the park for Stars 11 as we look at that scorecard. Nothing much again to write home about apart from Kasim Sheikh, who scored 24 runs of 20 deliveries. It was a bit of a struggle for him as well out in the middle before he got run out, and then he was partnered for a little while by Mohammad Saab Sheikh, who scored 13 of 9, but none of the other batsmen got going. The strike rates were questionable, quite abysmal in fact. And on the other hand, Stars 11 bowlers really, really disciplined as we look at their bowling card. Fantastic economy rates. The only bowler going over 10 and over was Azharuddin in his 2 overs and not picking up the wicket. The rest of them all under 10 and over. Abdul Hutha Hifan, in fact, was the most economical bowler, and all bowlers picked up a wicket each apart from Azharuddin.
The fall of wickets, 1 for 4, 2 for 40, 42, 49, 51, 59 pretty much sums up the story of Nihal 11 in the middle as to how they applied themselves, and their shot selection as well was questionable. This means that when Star CC now come out to bat, they have a target of 75 to get in the 10 overs, which more often than not looks a very gettable run chase. We'll head into a short break, but when we come back with the chase.
Welcome back to the Asian Town Cricket Stadium here in Doha, Qatar for the chase. In the match number 11 of the competition, Nihal 11 winning the toss and batting first, managing only 74 for 6 in 10 overs, 75 to win for the Star CC to make it 2-2. Both teams victorious in their first encounters, but today one of them is going to emerge victorious. 75 to get, excellent conditions for bat. The ball is coming nicely onto the bat, unless the bowlers decide to bowl the length. That's where the fast bowlers have been extremely successful from Star CC to take wickets and give nothing away to the opposition batters to score runs. Completely dominating performance coming in from the fast bowlers in particular for the team Star CC. For the Nihal 11 CC, only Qasim getting 24 of 20 and 13 from 9 deliveries to the credit of Muhammad, 12 of 8 from Alias Mansouri, and otherwise no major contribution in their first innings with bat in hand. Bowling was spot on. The tone was set by Joman George, 2 overs taking 1 wicket for 10, 1 for 8 in 2 overs from Abdul, and then Ahmed Shuri conceding 16 in his 2 overs and taking wicket as well, and Lithin taking 1 wicket for 11 in his 2 overs. So all the bowlers chipping in with the wickets except Azharuddin. An excellent display of line and length and consistency in hitting those back of length region lengths, and they've been successful to restrict the opposition to a total which they should be quietly confident about changing it down. In the commentary box, I'm Devendra, with me is Chandra. Good evening. What can the bowling team do from here to win this match?
Good evening once again, Devinder, and all our viewers across platforms. This is a wonderful evening today here at the Asian Town International Cricket Stadium in Doha. Breeze not quite strong today. It's been a bowler's paradise so far. Nihal 11 not managing to score big, although they've won their first match, chasing a big total of 90 plus odd runs.
Impeccable line and length, and they maintained it throughout the course of 10 overs. Clear game plan. At one point of time, they had 4 fieldsmen on the offside on the boundary ropes, and then they kept bowling, kept plugging it away from the batters, right-handers in particular, and a series of outswingers resulting in not many strokes through the offside, and because there is this propensity of playing the shots through the onside, and that's where they couldn't get many opportunities to score the runs through the onside, and hence struggled to put competitive total on the board.
Absolutely very, very disciplined bowling there by the Star CC. Captain Jomon leading from the front, taking that first wicket in his first over. That was the crucial breakthrough wherein Nihal 11 were dented. The 2 batsmen making their way to the middle from Star 11.
Net run rate will also come handy in order to qualify for the playoffs, and would like to win it in as less overs as possible, maybe in 5 to 6 overs to get over the line in this encounter. On the other hand, the bowlers know that it's going to be challenged, but if they get the ball in the right areas, get a couple of early wickets, they can put the pressure on the batters as well. Left-handed batter to take strike with 3rd man on the boundary, and they've got man at the backward point and a man at the flying gully as well. Beautiful delivery. That channel taking cue from the opponents, hitting that region and getting bounce and movement as well.
Intikab there with that first wonderful delivery, seam up delivery, and moving away from the batsman, and batsman just not able to hit the ball or to defend, goes straight to the keeper's hands.
This has always been a challenging delivery for a left-hand batter, especially when you are new at the crease, taking the ball left arm over the stumps and taking it further away from the left-hander. In the air, over the top of extra and away to the boundary.
That was a chance at the very, very first over, but then was hit with intent of clearing that infield. First 4 of the innings for Star CC.
Just lifting it over. Man at the cover point position. Beautifully timed. Pitching up and making sure that he made a fine connection and got himself off the mark as well. Gop Kumar. This time he goes up in the air. There is a chance. Fielder backpedaling and he's dropped the catch. A tough one.
It was high up in the air. It was in the air for quite some time. The two fieldsmen converging. It's always difficult to take that catch when you are running away from the ball. Batsman survives. Intikab doing their pretty fair job with the ball. 5 runs scored till now, which includes a boundary.
Third man on the boundary, man at the mid wicket.
That's very well bowled. Ball coming into the batsman this time. Straight to the fielder, infield. No runs. A dot ball is like gold dust in this format of the game. This is T10, the shortest format of the game, wherein you just want to score big boundaries and sixes. But if the bowlers bowl disciplined bowling, they take wickets.
Slip in position, searching for a wicket. Takes the edge and there is a fumble and there will be a single.
If Nihal 11 has to win this match, they will have to control all these singles. They will have to have a controlled and disciplined fielding setup as well. That will be very, very important to defend this tiny total of 74.
Searching for early breakthrough. Still persisting with slip and third man on the boundary, man at the mid wicket on the boundary as well. Can he prize out the first wicket in first over? Pulled away. There is protection on the boundary, so they will take a single. 7 runs coming from the first over. Chasing 75 to win here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Match number 11. Nihal 11. After winning the toss and batting first, putting 74 for 6, a meager total. That should be a comfortable chase for the team. Star CC, the way they batted in their first match in the competition. Total of 16 teams participating, and the final of the championship will be played on 22nd of April.
Just over 7 runs to be scored in each over. It's 7.5 at the start of the innings, which has gone to 7.56. Not an uphill task for the Star CC. It'll be Russell who will be bowling from the industrial area end. 5 fielders on the offside. The 6th one joins in the form of the third man. Still the mandatory power play. 2 more overs to go. Controlled bowling is what Nihal 11 will be looking for.
Russell from the far end with slip in. From round the wicket, and he's beaten, pitching the ball up and getting some movement. Will be interesting proposition. Right arm medium pace bowler bowling from round the wicket to left hand better.
Absolutely, that ball had some moment in it, but at this occasion Russell taking out that pace of the ball, probably that's the trick which they will be looking at to defend this small total.
Russell to go back. This time he guides the ball into the gap through the offside, behind the square for 4, riding the bounce and gliding it away with a little gap available between the man at the third man and backward point, which was exploited beautifully.
Absolutely, that glide was superbly played behind square, and the first boundary of the innings.
Awareness about the field, spot on. Not much of gap available between third man and backward point, but precision in placement coming in from the in-form batter in Gop Kumar, getting runs in the first match as well, and today he's looking in an imperious touch, the way he's been able to find gaps.
Absolutely.
Little bit of extra bounce, tennis ball bounce is beaten.
As we progress in this tournament, Devinder, we have seen pitch playing a different role every day. Those cracks which we saw on the first day just narrowed down, and that's why the extra bounce is helping the bowlers on the way. And today, in this particular match, we have seen a lot of dot balls being played, and so is happening here in the second innings.
And he knocks him over. Slower delivery. Trying to go for a big booming drive off the inner part of the bat and ball crashing onto the stumps. Early breakthrough achieved. Excellent bowling. First the short pitch and then with a fuller length delivery. No footwork. Trying to whack the ball through the onside, getting the inner edge and crashing it onto the stumps. Early breakthrough found. Courtesy Russell. It's 11 for 1.
That was an inside edge into the stumps, and exactly what I was mentioning. The pace taken off that ball, just that area in the off stump. Batsman just not moving enough to create that shot, hitting the ball with the inside edge of the bat and then cracking into the stumps. First wicket down, 11 for 1 after 1.4.
Feroz comes out to the crease, getting a half century in the previous match, 53. Great form with bat in hand. It's a glorious evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium under lights. Gentle breeze blowing across the ground, giving the cooling effect to the players and the spectators as well. And with early breakthrough, giving little bit of hope to the bowling unit that they can defend this total as well if they remove Feroz, the informed batsman, early.
Russell misses his run up. Yes, Feroz was the half centurion in the previous match, which Star CC won handsomely. We'll have to wait and watch because the pressure is on the batsman now.
Excellent delivery. Again, hitting the deck, getting the ball to lift from that backup length region. He's been bowling with great control and discipline.
This is the reason we have seen many dot balls today. Already 3 in this over. We had a boundary, we had a wicket. But that area where Russell is bowling is exactly what they need to follow in rest of the 8 overs. Then only will be a defense.
A slower delivery, taking the pace of the combination, when to operate the slower delivery and when to pitch the ball in at a short of length region and getting the ball to bounce has been spot on from Russell. 2 overs bowled, a successful over from Russell. It's 11 for 1. Star CC chasing 75.
Viewers, wherever you are, QCA is organizing this wonderful, wonderful tournament powered by Ooredoo and Elite Sports. This is a tournament that's been initiated to showcase the local talent here in Doha. The teams, the players, the boys who have worked all through their tenures of cricket are here to showcase their skills. Come join us and be part of this wonderful tournament here. Weather is wonderful. Seats are ready for you guys.
Plenty of cricket scheduled ahead of us. First, this league running till 22nd of April, and then D20, D10, league cricket, a lot of domestic cricket and international cricket as well at this historic venue before the FIFA World Cup 2022. Tricky shot. Some are managing to take a single here into second over. Inkta.
Enteka with his second over. He bowled a pretty good over the first up. 7 runs in his first over and single to start. If the bowlers continue like this, this might be a match on hands. And if Star CC is unable to score those 7.5 runs, which has already gone up to 8 now.
Beautiful shot, but straight to the fielder.
That was a dipping full toss. was sent to the long off fielder. Wonderful catch there. And the second wicket goes down. This is turning out to be in favor of Nihal 11. The captain taking a lead from the front, setting up his field. 12 for 1 after 2.1. My apologies, 12 for 2.
Yes, the length was crucial, drawing the batsman into playing a false shot. He composed himself really well to play that shot, but couldn't get it over the top of mid-off. Informed batsman goes for duck, half century in the previous match, but duck today. Uncertainty that is associated with the game of cricket. The game of glorious uncertainty is gone for duck today, Firoz. It's 12 for 2. Stars receiving early jolt.
Absolutely, he was the informed batsman for Star CC, but today not his day at all. Fahum Ashar joins in the middle. It will be Qasim who will be talking to his counterpart, and we should actually see a partnership here which will save the Star Cricket Club from a defeat.
They wanted early wickets in the chase. They've been able to take 2, including the wicket of Feroz. That forces the batter to play it defensively for a single.
Right now, the temperament is what is required for both the batters to make sure that they reach that target in the designated 10 overs or maybe before.
And credit should be given to the fielding unit as well, particularly the bowlers, the way they've been operating. Knowing that the score is only 74, still believing. Runs here. 4 of them.
That was edged, a thick edge towards the square leg area. The batsman wanted to hit it straight. Managed that thick edge, but the fielder couldn't win the race. The ball wins the race, crosses the boundary. 4 runs for the taking. It's always going to be challenging to stop those kind of runs, especially when we are still in the power play. No protection there in the boundary areas, except for the long on boundary.
Series of fieldsmen behind the score on the offside. This time it tongs it and it goes over the boundary. A flat 6.
That was taken on the up. The batsman making no mistake. What a connection that. Intiqab bowling it short this time, and batsman had all the time in the world to hit this ball with the heap. 6 more.
This has been a contrasting over, getting wicket and conceding two boundaries as well. Good cultured stroke through the offside to collect a single to finish the over. Intiqab conceding 20 from his 2 overs, especially when you're defending 74. It's not good enough performance with the ball in hand. 24 for 2 in 3 overs. Star CC chasing 75 to win. They still require 51 runs to win at the run rate of 7.29. So despite losing the wicket, they are on the highway.
That curve, that red curve of Star CC slowly climbing up. The 2 wickets that fell in the 2nd and the 3rd over, that's the only jolt that they got. Else they're scoring at their rate. The required run rate will be 7.3. It will be very, very important to see how the field is set up now, especially after the power play is done.
Still persisting with the fast bowlers. Russell taking wicket from the previous over, conceding just 4 runs. Will continue. They know only way they can win this match by taking wickets. Qasim on to 13 of 6. After the dismissal of Farouz, a lot will depend on how Qasim goes about his business in scoring runs in the chase. Good delivery. The movement.
The movement away from the batsman. Batsman didn't want to make any mistakes. Just kept his bat steady. Let the ball go to the keeper. That's the best a batsman can do at such times. They know they have only a requirement of 7.5 runs per over. One boundary and they will be fine with the rest of the singles.
Fine leg is up in the circle and man at the point position goes on the boundary. This time he gets it fine and will pick up a boundary. Drifting on the pads, or has that been saved? No, it has finally gone on to hit the picket spans for 4.
Wonderful effort there by the fielder. But then fumble just sends the ball across the line. That's a 4 and very, very crucial runs, very, very important runs for Star CC. It was only about that nerve he had to keep, but eventually just missing the ball. Dot ball, 4 runs. What's next coming up?
Guides the ball. It's been very well fielded.
Directed to the stumps, but no mistake there by the batsman. They should be happy with the performance till now, except for those 2 wickets which have fallen down. They're already closing that 30 mark. They need 46 of 6.3 at the rate of 7.08, which shouldn't be a big problem.
Should be happy because negotiating with the threatening bowlers, the best bowlers for the opposition unit without much of damage, and the run rate is well in control. There will be another single. Good smart play.
Intelligent cricket there. Dealing in singles, boundaries automatically coming in. Second ball went for a 4. Russell will have a job to do here.
Again, good change in pace.
That area where Russell bowled the first over is exactly this ball where it landed. This is where he can capitalize on his bowling. Dots and wickets is the need of the hour for Nihal 11. And at the same time, Star Cricket Club going in steadily and slowly towards their target, not making much mistakes.
Qasim has 14 and he's on a strike. Will take another single. They can afford to take singles because they know what needs to be done in order to win the game.
After 4 overs, it's 30 for 2.
Fantastic facilities here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. Seating facilities, it's more of an open stadium. The players experience the breeze blowing across the ground. The lights are on in this wonderful city. Doha, Qatar will be hosting the FIFA Football World Cup 2022 in the month of November. Before that, it's a cricketing season here in Doha.
Yes, absolutely. What weather to play this tournament, and what an initiative by QCA to bring up this local talent. Ooredoo and Elite Sports doing the honors of sponsoring and supporting this initiative. Some crowd as well merging today here in the stadium.
Anil Kumar making a vital contribution in the previous match. in registering a win for the team Star CC. Nihal 11 with his bowling performance, and can he take wickets here?
Exactly, this is what is required, and captain has all the confidence in him. Starts with a wide.
Always a challenge, continuing with a good form, the rhythm that he bowled that spell the other day. Today is a different day, a different feeling altogether, different game situation, different type of surface as well. On the opening day, it was a challenging surface. The ball was not coming onto the bat, but now the amount of rolling that's been done, the watering and rolling, helping the pitch becoming much better with consistency and pace and bounce on the surface. Another outswinger, another wide signal by the umpire.
Yes, absolutely. This is the least a bowler can do right now in this game. They don't have much to defend. They need to control those extras. Already bowled lots of them, and they cannot afford to bowl those extras. Here at this stage, Anil yet to start his over. 2 wides to start with.
Qasim has a strike. Anil from over the stumps plays it back to the bowler.
That fuller length ball, that's the area where he should bowl. That's exactly where Russell bowled those dot balls. Taking that ball out of the right-hander will be an advantage, because you might get an edge.
Short third man at the backward point, and a point on the boundary as well. Looking for that backup line delivery, and a series of wides, 2 wides, then a dot ball, one which was aimed at the stumps, and again looking to bowl an outswinger, another wide.
Absolutely, this is what I was saying, I was mentioning. The bowlers can least do right now is to bowl wides. This is taking the pressure off the batsman, and the pressure comes on to the bowlers and the fielding side, especially the fielding captain here.
Is this going to be a dot ball? Here is Anil Kumar from the QC end into bowl to right hand batsman. He flicks the ball beautifully. Lovely timing, and ball crossing over the boundary for a 6.
Flick of the wrist and nothing more. The ball sails to the square leg boundary for a 6. That was much needed, although he was already out of that pressure after facing those wide deliveries from Anil.
Half volley on the leg stump. Angle and the length, 2 things that he required. At a time with the fielder up in the circle, he made sure that he made a fine connection. Great timing to take a 6. This time he's beaten outside the leg stump, but it's a wide again. How many wides? 4 wides already from this over, and a 6.
He's given 10 from those 3 deliveries. This is not good bowling. He has to have some discipline now on. He has to do some trick. He has to experiment and get all his experience into place. The captain believes in him. The team believes in him.
He needs a team lifting performance. Here he goes again from over the stumps. This time looking to blast that ball through the offside, and wide again. Wide number 5th from the over.
No chat there. Somebody should come up to the bowler, and that's what's exactly happening now. Or not. Yes, the long off fielder giving some tips while handing over the ball. Somebody needs to talk to him.
Seems change in angle now from round the wicket to correct his line. Can he do it? The field remains the same. Right arm from round the wicket to right hand batter Qasim, and this time around he has gotten a dot ball through.
Yes, that's a better length, that's a better line. This is where he should have bowled from his regular end over the stumps. But nonetheless, if he's getting his rhythm from round the stumps, he should bowl, he should continue. Batsman not looking in a hurry. Batsman just checking that scoreboard. 6 runs required now per over.
Beautifully timed through the onside, but there is a protection. This has been a challenging over. 5 wides already from this over, and considered as 6 as well. 11 already in 4 deliveries. Not a bright start for Anil Kumar in this spell, and whatever the fillip that they needed, the team Shah CC in the chase after getting up to a sensible start, they are attaining that objective. Leading edge, and the catch is taken. So finally, getting a wicket as well, Anil Kumar.
Yes, absolutely. That's what he was looking for. This is a fuller delivery ball, leading edge to the infield, and fielder just taking it at the second attempt, but making no mistake whatsoever. The third wicket goes down. It's 43 for 3.
Ashar goes for 2. Wicket falling against the run of play. 43 for 3.
Will this be a game-changing moment? Nihal 11 will be still searching for that defense. They will try to defend the total, but given the total number of runs on the board, Star CC will only require 6.2 here on, which is not a big uphill task at all. They can do it at ease. Boundaries can come in. Singles and doubles can do the trick. It all depends on the approach of the batsman taking it forward. Khalid has joined in. Qasim, who has already scored 22 runs of 15 balls. 8.90 is the run rate.
10 attempts have been made to complete the over. Search continues. Stroke the way down the ground. He should be thinking about coming back for the second, eventually settling for a single. It has taken 11 deliveries to complete the over. 5 overs have been bowled here. 44 for 3.
Ooredoo presents Ramadan T10 tournament, which is organized by QCA and powered by Elite Sports. We should be calling our fellow commentator Raza, who will join in the comm box in a while from now. The final phase of the game now, coming live to you from Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha. It's a wonderful initiative, as I keep saying that. A good platform for all the local talented players. And this platform should boost their morale up. We are halfway through this chase. Welcome, Raza.
Thank you very much, mate. Looks like a walk in the park here for Stars 11. Just 31 needed of 5 overs. The required run rate, 6.20 to the over. Flighted away and just missed the stumps there by a whisker.
That was tossed up delivery on the off stump. Just missing that off stump. But he started well. He started well with the dot.
And he comes again and rocks back onto the back foot, straight to the fielder. A bit of a misfield, but no damage done in the end.
2 dot balls to start this over. This is something what Nihals would have thought of from the beginning. But nonetheless, still lots of runs to be scored. This has been cut fiercely No protection there, and ball wins the race. That's a 4.
Yeah, 2 dot balls there, and then a delivery touch short, rocking back onto the back foot, waiting for it till the last moment, caressing it between those 2 fielders at cover, and the pressure's off once again. It built that pressure on the first 2 deliveries, but then a slight loosener. And the batsman capitalizing this time. It was a bit of a bash, but there is protection down on the boundary. Just a single.
This time around, straight to the fielder. A single. We kept saying they should have bowled such overs at the beginning. The big 11 ball over previously bowled by Anil. Lots of wides there.
And this time giving respect to the bowler. Obviously, Khalid knows that there isn't much left to do in this game, so he's not willing to take any chances and risking losing any wickets at this stage. But you're absolutely right. Maybe too little too late at this stage.
Batsman making room there, trying to cut hard, but manages to drive the ball to the extra cover fielder straight. No runs, a dot ball to end the over. Wonderful over that. 5 runs coming on from that over from the arms of Sanjay. 49 for 3 after 6 overs.
As we look at that Manhattan and over comparison, Stars 11 has been way ahead from the very beginning, from the very first over to the 6th over. You could see that red tower soaring ahead, and that's partly due to the fact that they're batting second here and they know what they need to do.
Exactly, there is a target in the mind, and as I said, the approach of the batsman after the 5th over, because this is the final phase of the game wherein they just needed less than 30 runs to be scored at the rate of 6.5. Khalid yet to open his account.
If they can bowl a few dot balls to Khalid and build up a little bit of pressure here, maybe bring a fieldsman in and get a couple of wickets, this could well set the cat amongst pigeons for sure. But wickets it has to be. Oh, this time it's flighted up and it's far too easy. He's deposited that ball to the extra cover boundary, and it's a 4 to start the over with. The pressure's off already.
Absolutely, that was played very well at the front foot. 1 bounce to the boundary for a 4. Batsman would never mind that.
Well, see the first delivery, he gave it a bit of flight, and flight once again. The batsman looking for a single, staying on the back foot, dabbing that ball to show third man. And it's clever cricket. He knows he's got a boundary already of this over. Doesn't need to do anything out of the ordinary. And he comes again, another flighty delivery, and he did take the bait on that occasion.
Absolutely, yes. But that was completely missed by the batsman. And as we kept saying, singles and doubles would do the trick here for the Stars.
And this time he's hit that straight down the ground. It's not quite got the legs on it to go across for a boundary, but they will come back for a couple of runs.
It was in the air for a long time, but falling well in no man's land between long on and long off. Straight up above the bowlers and the umpire's head, but 2 runs taken.
5th ball of the over coming up, and this time he stayed back. He's got the power, he's got the distance, and that has gone for yet another 6.
High and handsome, this one. Rolled back and just swung his bat. Superbly done in the mid-wicket area. 6.
With that kind of pace, he could afford to stay back in his crease. So much time to play that shot. And once again, it was flighted up. There is protection down on the boundary, so it will only be a single.
Such a good timing on that occasion, playing that single to the extra cover region. After 7 overs, it's 62 for 3.
Yeah, we've got a decent crowd in. Ooredoo presents Ramadan T10 tournament, and we've had some decent numbers in the crowds, that's for sure. People coming around, enjoying the game, enjoying the atmosphere, and having a time of their lives, that's for sure.
We have one more game after this coming up. Fathom versus Bangla Tigers. This one starting the proceedings of the 8th over. It's been tucked towards the leg stump area in the 5-length fielding squad. Just a single.
It's a 5-4 offside field at the moment. There's a man at point, short slip, deep cover, I beg your pardon, and then a man at cover. This time was a full toss. He's got that over point. There's a fieldsman running across. He won't be able to cut it off, so another boundary. Just having a look at this field, I thought there was gap there. At deep point, that's exactly where he played it.
Stars dealing in boundaries there. That's a wonderful shot taken on the full. Didn't let the ball touch the ground even. That's 4.
Just a bit of question mark over their field placement. They've got a man back at deep fine leg with Sanjay and his pace. The only way the ball could go there is if Khalid plays a sweep shot. But at the moment, that's not what he's looking to do. Off the back foot, and could you believe it? It's gone all the way for a 6.
One of the flattest sixes that you must have seen right now. Made room for that shot inside out. Over the covers for a huge 6.
Tell you what, that's not an easy shot to play at all. Generating that kind of power and leverage off the back foot. Absolutely phenomenal.
Wonderfully done here. Scores are level. And batsman just easing towards that target. Controlled and calm under pressure. That's been slashed to the fielder, and that would actually mean a victory for the Stars. What a wonderful way to get that win under the belt. 75 was always gettable in 10 overs, and they have done it in just 8 overs.
Yeah, they've cruised through to this victory, winning by 7 wickets. As we look at that batting card, Qasim Suri showing the way at the top of the order, scoring 43 of just 28 deliveries. There were wickets picked up at regular intervals, but that wasn't really good enough, as Nihal CC went down in this game quite comprehensively. Not much they could have done with that target that they set, obviously. 75 for 3 Star CC, chasing that target down in just 8 overs, which will obviously do good to their run rate as well, as we look at that bowling card.
Absolutely nothing much there in that bowling unit today for Nihals. Very expensive Intikhab at the top. 1 wicket each for Intikhab, Russell and Anil Kumar, managing to give those runs away in 8 overs. 75 for 3 in those 8 overs. And that's the match summary for you. Nihal 11 winning the toss, coming into bat, and only managing 74 in their 10 overs and losing those 6 wickets. Qasim Saab, the highest scorer with 24 of 20 balls. Nothing much coming from the other blades.
I think the 2 silver linings in this innings have been Qasim Saab and Mohammad Russell for Nihal 11. 2 players who stood out from the crowd as far as their team is concerned. But they will need a lot more out of their players in the next coming few games if they are to put their names forward as one of the contenders for the qualifiers. This game was far too easy for Star CC to win. And Star CC in the meantime would be really happy with the way they've turned up in this game. This is another victory for them, and they're certainly marching towards their placed in the quarterfinals. Right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the presentation, and it's over to Mikhail.
Star CC are shining bright here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. That's because they've registered their second consecutive win, and by doing so, they've also consolidated their position in the points table and are looking good to making it into the playoffs as well. For Nihal 11, well, the hard work continues as they'll have to go out there and ensure they finish well in the league stages. We've seen a very fine bowling performance today by Star CC as they restricted Nihal 11 to 73 for 6 and in the process chased down the target with 7 wickets to spare. It's been a complete performance by Star CC as they secured 2 more points. In the presentation, I would like to invite Mr. Aminul Islam, the match official and the referee who has been ensuring the smooth conduct of this entire league. Thank you very much, Mr. Islam. And just the right time to also call upon the player of the match. We had quite a few contenders. Mohammad Rezal of Nihal 11, 1 for 7 for him. Abdul Huta Sifan, 1 for 8 for him for Star CC, but it was the batting effort of Qasim Churi, 43 in 28 deliveries, 3 fours and 3 sixes. He is the player of the match this evening for a very fine batting effort and ensured they chased down the target of 73 with sublime ease. Well played, Qasim. You can collect your player of the match from Mr. Aminul Islam. Star CC winning their second game and have looked very good in the tournament so far. Thank you, Mr. Islam. Qasim, we'll have a quick chat with you. Enjoying the way things are going right now?
Okay, so yeah, so after a couple of years due to pandemic, we played last 2 years we played here. So Alhamdulillah, we win the match. Then our bowling department, they did a very well job. Then we defend them 72 runs. Then Alhamdulillah, we win the match. We almost reached the next round.
How's the wicket playing? Yesterday we saw around 130, before that 140, today 63.
Yeah. Because today is little bit wet. There is ball is coming little bit fast. There is having some grass is there on the ground on the pitch. So today is a little bit favor for the bowlings.
What's your role in the side as a batter? You're given the free hand to play your kind of cricket?
No, they said you have to stay there after maximum throughout the match. So Alhamdulillah, I did my job. So
You did your job very well, Qasim. Very well played. All the very best for the remaining games.
thank you, Tess. Thank you so much.
Qasim Churi, the player of the match in this encounter between Nihal and Star CC. And that's it from the presentation, but don't go anywhere. We have another match coming up that's, of course, lined up in a few minutes from now. Phantom Doha taking on the Bangla Tigers. Stay tuned.